Keys to the Kingdom tour at Disney's Magic Kingdom, and then dinner tonight at the Boathouse. Join us today for another fun-filled day of adventure. Welcome, Your Royal Highnesses. I'm Dan, and you're watching Walt Disney World Adults Only. This morning we are up bright and early. It is 20 to 8 in the morning, and we are already at the Magic Kingdom. Why, I hear you ask? Well, we are going to do the Keys to the Kingdom tour that starts at 8 o'clock. We're not going to be able to film that tour. It says very specifically that you must not take cameras backstage or during the tour. So we're going to tell you all about it afterwards. This afternoon we're probably going to have a bit of pool time if the weather is up for it. If not, we'll make an alternative plan, and tonight we're going to the Boathouse for dinner. So today should be another really great day. Come along and join us. Okay, so we are back from Keys to the Kingdom. Oh my goodness, it's such a long tour. 5 hours was such a long time, wasn't it?
Yeah, a lot of walking.
A lot of walking, but so interesting. So
we both just got distracted by the same thing.
yeah, a boat just went past the balcony. I was a bit like, what? But yeah, so it was really good for $114 plus tax. I think it was really good value for money to start you off. You know, if you love Walt Disney World, if you love Walt Disney and how and why things are done in a certain way, then this will be so interesting for you. We learned so much, didn't we?
So much, and it's stuff that you don't even think about
Consciously. A lot of it's subconscious, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's all little things to do with, they have to follow certain things to do with the law, and yeah, it's very clever.
We started off this morning. Our tour was booked for 8 AM and you have to get to the podium to check in 15 minutes before. So we arrived just before 7:45, and you go into Town Square Theatre, but it's kind of the side of where Tony's restaurant is. So as you go into, if you're going to go to the character experience, look to your left, there's like a kind of podium, and that's where you check in. So we went and checked in. They asked us for ID, which I'm sure they probably told us, but I was not expecting. Fortunately, we had our driving licenses with us, so it all worked out quite well, really. But that wasn't planned, so if you're going to go, make sure you got your ID. That appeared to be quite important. I'm not entirely sure why, but they were asking everybody for it. Once we checked in, we got given our name badge with our name on, didn't we? And did we get given our little mic pack at that stage, or did we get that later?
Mic pack, and they take your order for lunch as well.
Yeah, so they gave us this little kind of headset in a pouch that went over your head. And then, as you said, they took our order for lunch. Now, you do get different quick service restaurants on this tour. We got Pico's Bill Tall Tale Inn, which was the one I was hoping we weren't going to get. I've never eaten there before. I've never really wanted to eat there. It's not my type of food. It was all kind of nachos and fajitas and stuff like that. All things that, as a tomato hater, I'm not a massive fan of. But they did have a burger option. It was bacon and cheeseburger, so I went for that. You get a drink as well, so I ordered a Sprite. They give you a bottle of water as well at that point. You ordered the same as me, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, we'll tell you about the lunch kind of when we get to it chronologically. But yeah, I was a little bit disappointed. I was really hoping to get Columbia Harbour House, my favourite, and have the lobster roll, but that wasn't to be. So our tour, Leela, was really sweet. She has worked for the Disney company for quite a long time. She started off in attractions at Magic Kingdom. So she's a big, huge lover of the country bear jamboree. So that was her attraction. And she also did Tom Sawyer Island, so she can drive the rafts, and she was telling us all about that. Really, really interesting lady, but she made it so clear so many times. No photography, no videoing, no mobile phones out when we're backstage. No, like she was not.
You can't even have your phone. Like they don't even want you to have your phone in your hand.
Yeah,
because you could be filming,
secretly recording or filming. So yeah, she was quite strict, but in a really polite, nice way. It wasn't kind of an overbearing way. She was doing it in a really kind way, saying, please don't do this because I will get sacked, and then I'll have no money, so you have to adopt me, and I don't come cheap. And so she was kind of making her point in a really nice way. So we obviously respect Disney rules anyway, but just the way she did it, you had to kind of, everybody had to kind of go along with the rules. So we got no footage, no photos, and I'm really pleased to tell you that we 100% complied with the rules. We don't want to be upsetting Disney. Our first stop was then along Main Street, wasn't it? She took us along and she showed us the credits that are actually on the window for all the different people involved in the design and construction of Walt Disney World. So if you look up at the windows along Main Street, you'll see names, and these are names of real people that had a key role in designing, building Magic Kingdom, basically, wasn't it? So that was really interesting. She gave us some really, really good facts. She told us who some of the people were and what their roles were. That was really good to know. Some of the names I already knew. What else did we learn about on Main Street?
They covered things like false perspective and how the buildings are built, and why the castle's as tall as it is.
What was it, 189 feet?
Yeah.
Yeah, because if it's 190 feet, it would have had to had a flashing red light on the top for aircraft. They didn't want that, obviously, because that would ruin the illusion. So that regulation has changed now, which is why Tower of Terror and Everest are bigger. They are also 1 foot shorter than the new required limit.
Light,
yeah, so that was really interesting to know why the castle was a particular height. She told us all about Adventureland, which was fascinating.
We did Jungle Cruise. Normal cast members,
the
skippers taking you around on Jungle Cruise. It was Leela doing
the voiceover,
the talking, but actually telling you facts.
Yeah.
Rather than the silly dad jokes that they normally do on that. After Jungle Cruise, then she took us around to Pirates, didn't she?
Yeah, that's right. So we did the Jungle Cruise, and she took us kind of through a special way in, which was probably an exit, I would guess. Yeah, I think she took us in for an exit, and then we got given our own boat, and it was really cool. You felt like you were getting some really special treatment on there today. And then, like you said, she gave us all the facts, went round. After Jungle Cruise, she took us down to see Pirates of the Caribbean. We didn't ride that ride, but we learned quite a lot about it. And where it came from and why, how it ended up being at Disney World, because it originally was only for Disneyland. She then took us to Splash Mountain. I mean, this is the point where we first went backstage, wasn't it? So we went kind of through a cast member only door and appeared backstage. And for someone like me, who's like a bit of a geek and really interested to see what happens on the other side, it was really interesting, wasn't it? Like it's like stepping out of the fairy tale back to reality, which incidentally we're going to be doing that on Tuesday. You go backstage, and it was just like a kind of like a parking lot area with some kind of porter cabins and lots of doors, and yeah, it was just stepping away from Magic Kingdom just through that door was a real eye-opener. But she took us around there. She told us about Splash Mountain, didn't she?
Yeah, and how much water it takes to run it, and how they store all the water for it. And yeah, I mean, you would just think that they pump this water around all the time and that was it, end of. But no, it's a lot more complicated than that. And
then she took us down to the sheds where they keep the parade floats, And we
that was cool.
We saw the Maleficent float, didn't we? And she told us like how it's driven, what kind of class of driver you need to be to drive that float, where the driver sits, how they can operate an emergency stop if they need to. The cast members that are walking on the side shows how to do that. And then we came back into the Magic Kingdom after seeing all that, didn't we? We came back in by...
We went back round the back of Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
And she made us all... She asked us all to be quiet. Because backstage you can hear the ride going round. You can hear the cannonballs firing and explosions and stuff. But of course the other side, even if you're outside the ride, you don't hear any of that.
And then we went for lunch, didn't we, at that point?
Yeah.
So as I said, lunch was Pico's bill. It was already arranged very, very efficiently. When we went in, we was in a roped off area, and our food was on the table waiting for us, wasn't it?
I was so hungry, I just ate it, I think. I don't really remember much about...
Yeah, you'd have eaten a scabby ass rat at that stage, yeah. Yeah, the lunch was fine. We had a half-hour lunch break, and then we continued, and we went across to Liberty Square, didn't we? Where she told us about the Liberty Bell and about the Country Bear Jamboree, which we passed on the way. She loved that attraction. I don't think she realised just how much I don't get it, but she loved it, so great for her.
Maybe it's because we're English that we don't get it.
Maybe
it's a bigger thing in
America. Yeah. Tell us in the comments down below.
Comment and let us know.
Firstly, if you're American, are we missing something? Is the Country Bear Jamboree good? Tell us, and tell us why. And if you're British and you love Country Bear Jamboree, also tell us why. We just don't get it, do we? We don't get it. So yeah, then she took us around to Haunted Mansion and she gave us so much information, so many facts about that, didn't she? The whole backstory and how the ride works and how the ghosts look like they kind of appear and then disappear, how that's done. And then the idea was to let us go on to Haunted Mansion. So again, we were taken in through a kind of exit door, like a little side door. So we got in, didn't we? We went into the stretching room, which doesn't actually move in Walt Disney World. It does in Disneyland, but in Walt Disney World it doesn't move. The ceiling just goes up. We went to go into the ride and it broke down. And we probably waited there for about 15 minutes while they tried to get it back up.
No, it was longer. It was quite a long time, I think. Well, I don't know. It felt a long time.
It felt a long time, and it was quite warm in there as well. And I think everybody in our tour group was getting a bit conscious of, this is time of our tour that we're just waiting here in a line for an attraction that's not running. We could be learning stuff and we could be spending more time in the utilidors, which we'll come on to shortly. So, but our tour guide, we had these earpieces still in and she was able to communicate with us all to kind of leave via another door. And everybody was still listening, which was great. So the whole tour, I think there was 21 of us in the group. So all 21 of us left together, met outside. We didn't get to ride the Haunted Mansion. We did do the stretching room and we learned lots of facts. From there, we went through Fantasyland. We made our way down to the shop just after Magic. And then we went through a door inside the shop that took us to a stairwell. And that stairwell took us down to level 1 of the Magic Kingdom to the utilidors. So for anyone that's watching that doesn't know this, Magic Kingdom is actually on floor number 2. And underneath there are a whole array of tunnels, offices, toilets, staff recreational facilities, makeup rooms. There's everything down there, isn't there?
Yeah, how they move everything, how they get all the food delivered to the restaurants, everything. And
these are big tunnels, they were like vehicles driving through them, wasn't there? So they're big tunnels. They've even got like their own version of an ambulance. So if somebody is collapsed in, say, Fantasyland, they can bring them through the tunnels to the main entrance to meet the ambulance really quickly, or to a side entrance to meet the ambulance.
No one else in the park would have any idea that anything happened.
Yeah, because you're just taken away from the stage. It was really nice as well to see some of the cast members kind of off duty, backstage. Most of them were still the same, kind of really friendly, saying hi, waving. A couple of them said congratulations to us, didn't they, as well? But you could see some of them were just having their personal time and just relaxing, and it must be really hard to maintain that smile and that level of happiness for the hours that these people work. So it's nice that they've got somewhere they can go where they can take that smile off for 10 minutes and just relax and recharge. So that was really great to see that. There was lots of things for us to see down there that I think have probably been put up for the purpose of the tour. Lots of different posters and historical references and stuff. We learned about different colours. Different colour corridors mean that we're in different lands, because you can get lost down there quite literally. But yeah, I would have loved more time down there exploring the utilidors on the tour if possible. We didn't get to see where they get their makeup done and stuff like that, where costuming is. They're things I would have liked to have seen, but we didn't get to see those, did we? But there's probably a good reason why you can't see that, for the princesses sitting having their makeup done before they go on parade.
I think they're the things that they don't want anyone to see, because I think it would just ruin it too much.
Yeah, I think it's very selective what they show you. But yeah, I absolutely love being down in the utilidors. I really did like that bit. That was probably the best bit for me. That's my highlight of the whole tour. What was your highlight?
Probably seeing the floats and stuff backstage.
Yeah, that was good as well.
I would think, yeah,
that was good as well. But yeah, so then we came out of the utilidors. We came up some stairs which brought us out in, I don't know what the road is called, but it's the road they open up for Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, where they kind of send the guests down as they come into the park. It's kind of an extra road that runs kind of adjacent to Main Street, and it takes you up to kind of Tomorrowland Terrace, and then we came back into Magic Kingdom and the adventure was over.
And then she spoke about how Tinkerbell flies from the top of the castle.
Oh, you've never seen that?
No.
Oh, I think we're doing the firework party tomorrow night, so you'll see it tomorrow night. If she chooses
If she decides to do it.
That was really interesting. If Tinkerbell doesn't feel safe and doesn't want to do the flight, then she isn't made to do it. So that was really, really nice to hear. Our tour was over. We handed back our headsets. And 5 hours was a long time. Didn't feel like 5 hours.
It didn't feel like 5 hours at all.
It didn't, did it? And honestly, if you haven't done it and you've got a spare $114, I would highly recommend you do it. It was just so much fun, wasn't it? So much information. Everybody, even a Disney nerd like me, learnt stuff today. I know quite a lot of Disney stuff, obviously, because I'm a geek. But I learned loads of new things today. You learned even more than me because you didn't know the stuff that I already knew. Would you recommend it?
Yeah, you should do it if you come, but try and do it at the end of your trip,
so you don't spoil the magic. Then we decided we were going to go for a drink or a bite to eat in Magic Kingdom, but in all honesty, we had such a late night last night with California Grill, and then getting up really early this morning to get to Magic Kingdom to do the tour. We decided to come back to the resort, which we did. I had a nap. I'm still not feeling 100% well. You can probably still hear my voice isn't back to normal 100%. You've been down to the pool at the Grand Floridian. You've been doing some sunbathing and some swimming. What's the pool like here?
Lush. It's so nice. There's two pools. There's like a kids family pool, then the other side where we are is a adults pool. And yeah, it's so much nicer. There were some kids there today, like little ones and stuff with their parents, but they're not running around screaming or playing with things in the. It's so nice.
You like the pool?
Yeah. It's the best pool that we've had on this trip.
No way, it's not better than Stormalong Bay. No way,
Yeah.
I'm not having that. No way.
Yeah, because you don't have the kids bumping into you and screaming and seriously, it's yeah.
What a whole misery, eh? We are going to go to Disney Springs next. We're going to get ourselves ready and then we're going to get a bus down to Disney Springs. We'll take you along with us. We've got to do a bit of shopping, get some gifts to take back. We're going to be going to the shops. We've got a dinner reservation at the Boathouse at 7:45. Hopefully we'll find a nice bar to have a drink into. I'm quite keen to try Jock Lindsay Hangar Bar or maybe Wine Bar George to go and get a drink in there. Two places I've never been to. So yeah, we're going to go and get ourselves ready and then we're going to head to Disney Springs and we'll see you there. Cheers.
Cheers. Nice.
Yeah, so nice. Really good.
Oh, it's a little duck. So it's still pouring with rain outside. We've just been and done some shopping at Disney store here. Bought some gifts for friends and family and stuff. And we've just got to the Boathouse now. We're just about to order some food.
We just got back from the Boathouse and I can hear the fireworks going off outside. Let's go outside and take a look. There we have the Bora Bora bungalows over at the Polynesian. Nicely lit tonight. Looks so beautiful over at the Poly. Just across the water. And then over here we have the Magic Kingdom. You can see the castle. You can see the main entrance. Space Mountain lit up. There's a boat coming across there as well. I'm not sure where the nighttime pageant is. We saw that earlier on Keys to Kingdom. I haven't seen it across the lake yet. Hopefully that'll pop out a little bit later as well. Okay, that was Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party Fireworks. I think it's called Hallowishes. But that's the view we got from our... Is it a balcony or a veranda or a terrace if it's underground floor? What do you call it? terrace, patio,
Veranda, I'd call it.
veranda.
Veranda.
It's very Australian, isn't it? Struth, mate.
On the veranda, mate.
Were you on the veranda?
Just sitting out here on the veranda with a tinny.
With Tinny. Yeah, as you can tell, we've had a few drinks tonight.
I'm fine, but you were on the bus swinging, and I was like, oh.
I wasn't swinging. I was just happy.
You're hilarious.
Anyway, so it rained basically from about 4 p.m. and it's still raining now. It's just rained and rained and rained and rained, which makes it really hard for us to film when we're outside. So apologies that we haven't filmed lots today. We are not people that look good in ponchos. Yeah, we look like kind of...
Speak for yourself. I love a poncho.
Yeah, but you don't look good when you're like kind of like wrapped in cling film. You look like a kind of... You kind of look like a bit of meat at Christmas. We did get some gifts for our nieces and nephews that we wanted. Now, Taylor will tell you that I collect mugs. I do not collect mugs. But we did find a mug in my collection that I didn't have.
Oh, if we'd have left, we'd have got back home and gone, we should have got that mini mug.
Yeah.
It would have been so annoying.
So we bought a mini mug that goes with the set of mugs we've already got. We've got 12 already.
You wanted to get the Epcot cookie jar, didn't you?
I really wanted the Epcot cookie jar, but we was a bit concerned about getting it back to the UK because of how big it was. I don't think we'd
use it either.
Get lost, you're always eating cookies.
When do I ever eat cookies? You can see from this vlog series that I never eat anything sweet.
Get lost, you had a mini Mickey Mouse brownie earlier.
No, I didn't.
You did?
No, I didn't.
You had a brownie, Mickey Mouse shaped brownie from Gasparilla Island Grill.
Okay, show me on the film.
Because we didn't film it doesn't mean you didn't eat it.
Oh, that's convenient, isn't it?
On that point, I did actually have the Mickey's 50th anniversary cupcake. It was a vanilla cupcake with lemon curd and a blueberry mousse and an iridescent dome over it with then 2 white chocolate buttons as the ears. Oh my goodness, it was so great. If you get a chance to try that cupcake, it's really good. The blueberry mousse and the lemon curd go together really, really well. It's not too sweet. How was your brownie that you didn't have?
The one I didn't have, it was okay.
Well, you stuffed it so fast I didn't even get a picture of it, did I? I wanted to go to Gideon's Bakehouse, get some cookies, but there was a line outside, it's raining, and there was no way in the world you were going to wait in that line, was there? No. I checked in at the Boathouse. It was really busy in there tonight, Friday night. Boathouse is a Gibson's owned restaurant, but it's really good. And we still got DVC discount in there, didn't we, tonight as well, which I wasn't expecting. So we started off with some drinks. I had the Duck Raz. Really, really easy to drink. It didn't taste particularly alcoholic. Then I had a coconut mojito. Wow, it was probably one of the nicest mojitos I've ever had. It was so strong though. I'm a little bit drunk still from it now. And then I had a lemon drop martini, and this was super, super sour. Really, really lemony and citrusy. Really good, really strong. But it came with a little kind of sugar swizzle stick. And so when you had the sour taste, you could then kind of suck on the sugar. And it made it all good again. The world was great again. So drinks wise, I had 3 cocktails. They were priced around $15 each. They were all so delicious. What did you have to drink tonight?
I just started with a Stella. And then I had 2 glasses of their Sauvignon Blanc from New Zealand.
You loved that, didn't you?
Yeah, it was really nice actually. Really good. I was quite surprised. It was. What did you say it tasted like?
It had a really grapefruity taste, didn't it? Really nice wine. Yeah. I tried that. And tell us about your appetizer. No, tell us about the bread first, then the appetizer.
Well, the bread was amazing.
It was so good, wasn't it?
Yeah. What do you think they brushed on it.
I don't know, maybe honey or something like that.
They must have brushed like a honey syrup or something on
honey
top.
Butter maybe.
It was really, really good.
So fresh.
And then they had that whipped butter.
That was good as well, wasn't it?
That they do here in a lot of places. Actually, we've had it.
Yeah.
And then I had the lobster bisque, which was really nice. It had a bit of, I don't know if it could have been pepper or chili, but it had a little bit of heat to it. Yeah, that was very good. And then we both had the lobster roll, didn't we?
Yeah, we both had the lobster roll.
Massive amount. Oh my god, the lobster was spilling out of the. I don't know about. Was it with yours as well?
Yeah, it was so much lobster.
They'd stuffed so much in there. I tried to push the lobster down, thinking, oh, they've just sat it on top of the bun like they normally do in these places.
Yeah.
And it didn't budge.
Yeah, it was good.
It was so crammed in.
So to start, I had the coconut shrimp. That was kind of fried shrimp with like long strands of coconut on it. And it came with a pineapple salsa and then orange sweet chili sauce. And I cannot tell you just how delicious that starter was. Really, really nice. Loved it. You know, every mouthful was incredible. I really, really enjoyed that. It was hot. It had a little bit of a kick from the kind of orange sweet chili sauce. A little bit of sweetness as well from the pineapple. The coconut was delicious. Really highly recommend that. It was really great. My lobster roll was full, literally brimming with so much juicy lobster. The brioche was really nicely toasted and pressed. It was great. I had more fries than I could eat. We had a server called Sarah. She was lovely, really attentive, really helpful.
And she was, I just want to say, she was all those things, very attentive, helpful, and, you know, checking on us, making sure we had everything. But she was so busy. She was so busy.
Yeah.
And yet she still...
Yeah, she was great.
Yeah.
So it was nice. We had the live entertainment. We had the good service. We had the great food. What a great night we had there.
Yeah, it was really
The
nice
cocktails are brilliant as well. What would you give it out of 10?
The Boathouse.
Yeah, the Boathouse. Oh, you have to think now, look. That's your thinking face.
8.
8?
Yeah.
I'm going to give it a 9. I'm not comparing that to other Disney signature restaurants necessarily. I'm taking it for what it is. It's a seafood restaurant in Disney Springs. So I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. It was, for what it was really good. So another lovely day. Not too much to show you today, sadly, because we haven't done much that we can show you today. Tomorrow will be better though.
Sworn to secrecy today.
Yeah, sworn to secrecy. Holding the keys to the kingdom.
Yeah, and we got our keys to the kingdom, didn't we?
Yeah.
Little pins.
But hopefully the reviews that we've given you here will be helpful in helping you decide whether that tour is for you and whether you should eat at the Boathouse. You should definitely eat at the Boathouse. You really should. So tomorrow we're going to have a bit of a snack day. We're going to try and get some of the food that we want you to try on our snack list. And then for dinner tomorrow we've got Be Our Guest at Beast Castle, haven't we?
Yes.
You're looking forward to that one, aren't you?
I think so.
And then tomorrow night we're doing the Enchantment dessert party. Neither of us have seen Enchantment yet, have we? Like in terms of actually watching it inside Magic Kingdom. So hopefully it will run. Hopefully it'll be on time. Hopefully we'll have a good view of it. Yeah, tomorrow should be a really, really great day. Hopefully you'll come and join us next week in that vlog when we're going to show you everything. It's going to be a much more, well, subject to weather, a much more filming day tomorrow, I would hope. So let's see how we get on. Anyway, if you like this video, please give it the
thumbs up.
And share it with your friends.
Share it with your friends.
Yeah. If you like our channel,
hit that notification button so you know when our videos land.
well done.
And-
but before you do that, make sure you're subscribed.
And subscribe. And remember,
Never grow up. See you tomorrow.